Michael Flynn is postponed about 3 months. Fox 5 legal analyst Wendy Patrick is here to break down, let's call it the chaos in the courtroom, shall we? Wendy, good morning.
Good morning, Ro.
Wow.
Yeah. No, wow.
That judge did not hold back.
No, he didn't. This was really really read him the riot act. Well, it was supposed to be a routine sentencing. Both sides had agreed that General Flynn would get a sentence that wouldn't include jail time. But you know, this judge probably thought he is not a rubber stamp, and
right.
He was justifiably angry that a sentencing hearing is really a place in the criminal justice system where you go to show remorse, not evade responsibility, which was what was happening in the defense sentencing brief. And that no doubt angered the judge, who expected Flynn to come in, not saying he was ambushed, but falling on his sword. So that is what the judge wanted to see in the courtroom. And it sounds like he wants to see a little more cooperation before he is willing to honor the plea agreement.
And in that plea agreement, because Mueller recommended no jail time,
that's right.
A lot of folks got the sense yesterday that this judge might not go with that recommendation, and it's ultimately up to him.
That's right.
Do you think Flynn's going to see jail time?
No.
Really?
No, I don't, because the judge basically put off sentencing. What does that do? That gives him a chance to calm down, right? Kind of lower the temperature.
Right.
I mean, he was tossing around words like treason. Treason is punishable by death. General Flynn is not guilty of treason.
Right.
But the fact that he actually had to walk back some of his fiery rhetoric just goes to show you, I mean, he was very angry, and he also treated the sentencing hearing yesterday as an opportunity for General Flynn to express remorse for what he did. Not evade responsibility, but also really be clear about the fact that he wasn't there to withdraw his plea or to explain that he's not guilty. Nothing angers a judge more than a defendant really showing up for sentencing, arguing that he's not guilty. That's not the purpose of a sentencing hearing.
You've been a lawyer for a while.
Let's just say for a while. I don't want any viewers to do the math.
We'll leave it at
years.
that. Judges are not known for these kinds of outbursts. So there must have been, how much background was there for this to just come out? Do you think this led to the 3-month extension here and the delay, or was it something that he had planned beforehand?
I think what he saw and what he read in the defense sentencing memo probably made him think about the propriety of honoring the plea agreement as is at the time.
Right.
The 3 months will give Flynn more of an opportunity to cooperate, but some people are looking at this from the outside and saying, cooperate with who and for what?
That's what I was going to say. What's 3 more months of I mean, this guy admitted to doing this. It's been a couple of years now?
Well, it's been a year. I know it seems like it's been a long time, but he was the first one to plea. He pled early on. He's met 19 times with Mueller's investigative team.
So what more can they get out of him?
That's just it, Raul. And to have already recommended no jail time, he wasn't really looking at that much jail time as it was with what he pled to. But in any event, that really signaled that they had believed they were done, then they had retrieved from him all the useful information he had to give. So I'm not sure what else. Perhaps it's just a 3-month cooling off period.
It's baffling to me that even at a point where we thought we're closing a chapter on this particular part of the saga, it's still not closed. What happens now? You've had all the stuff and there's more cooperation. What happens in the next 3 months, and then what happens come March or whenever that is?
Well, March is actually technically a status conference, but we'll probably see a sentencing date sometime shortly after that, at which time Flynn will see no jail time. That's a prediction based on watching cases like this on the national stage. Very different on the local stage, but on the national stage, particularly within the Mueller investigation, even looking at the cases that Mueller's brought, this seems to be the chronology. And he probably won't see the inside of a jail cell, but it's going to be 3 months, and he'll probably at least be in discussions about something, because that was the judge's directive, not so much a recommendation.
It's just so jaw-dropping all around. When I said a couple of years, like, he pleaded guilty in January of 2017.
Can you believe it, Raul? It's been that
shocking
long.
To me.
That's right, and that's all that time he's been cooperating, and really the Mueller's team has said we've gotten what we need.
I mean, Flynn also said he was aware that lying to the FBI
he was, and you got to wonder whether the judge comments yesterday were meant for a larger audience, i.e. others who might consider lying to federal officials, or others that don't believe that lying to the federal authorities is a serious crime. It is.
A lot of messages being sent all around. It's how you interpret it and who interprets it. And how. Interesting. Wendy Patrick, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, still to come on Fox.